That's called the case of Anderson versus Lyman. State your names.
Lori Anderson.
All right. We're here today for a decision on this case, but I'm a bit confused about one thing. Sanderson, you filed a new case for non-payment.
Yes, that was just to make sure for.
Make sure of what?
She hasn't paid September, October, or rent. So I was told to file a 7-day.
Did you put September in escrow?
No, I have not.
When are you going to do that? This Friday. And then what about October?
I'm going to get that in as soon as possible as well. I don't have it.
So
I thought I was supposed to.
What?
Sorry.
What did you say?
I thought I was supposed to since she was late for rent for 3 months.
Well, if I render a decision on this case, it's got to be done with that one because this is a new payment also.
Yeah, it is, sir. I'm sorry.
When is that set for? That's the 8th. I do it after that. So what? No. No, this is what you. So here's what I'm going to do. That case, have you been served on that case, Mom? I did what? You have to court on the 7th. Alright. I don't know why that was done, but it's now caught. Yes.
I thought I was supposed to when it was late. I'm sorry if I made a mistake, but
Well, there's an escrow order that's in this case, and you went through a whole hearing on this case.
Yeah.
And I'm going to render a decision that other case is outstanding. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let that proceed on the 7th. I'm going to adjourn this case to my decision on this case to November 18th to allow that case to catch up because I don't want a straight case out. You have the option if you want to. I still adjourn this one out to that date. But you do have the option that what you can do is you can dismiss that case. I don't know what you get out of that case.
Can I dismiss the?
I don't have it in front of me. I don't even know what you filed.
Can I dismiss this case and just go with this one on the 7th, since it's for non-payment of rent? That's what I prefer to do.
I'm not going to relitigate this whole case.
I just
That's
want.
what you want to do.
No, I just want to do it for non-payment of rent. I can dismiss the first case and just.
Well, she's got some counterclaims. You want to just dismiss this case and just go forth on. Oh, I know.
I mean, there's also an outstanding water balance of almost $1,500. So I would just rather cancel this case since I'm the plaintiff and then just go with the 7th.
The water bill she mentioned, she took the water bill out of my name and paid it in full.
It was due on the 6th, and they said it would go on my tax bills if I didn't pay it.
What do you want to do? Because you've got this thing all over.
I'm going to withdraw this case and just go with the 7th for non-payment of rent. She's 3 months behind right now, and the water bills.
How can she be 3 months behind? She's
September, October, and then it'll be November, and then the water bill of $1,500. So it's well over. She owes a total of $15,000, a little over 15, and she has $5,600 in escrow. So it's getting deeper and deeper. The further we delay it, the bigger the hole gets.
I'm not delaying anything. You keep doing stuff.
I want to withdraw this one and just go for the 7th since I'm the plaintiff on both. For non-payment of rent, that's all I'm concerned.
No, I know. That's why I don't understand the second case.
Well, that's all I want is,
I mean, you think I'm sitting up here and don't know anything.
yeah.
You look stupid, but I'm...
No, you're very smart, sir.
Oh, I know that.
I would just rather withdraw this case and just go on with the 7th.
You let me know when you're done talking.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Are you done?
Yeah, I mean, the other attorney
Go ahead.
the other attorney I was working with before suggested that I do that I withdraw this case and just do the 7-day notice. That's what he suggested. He said that would be easier.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Lyman, what would you like to say? So just so that you understand, if she dismisses this case, what I would do is I would pay the escrow, right, on this. None of you dismiss it, I would be dismissing any of your claims that you have against her. I wouldn't be dismissing any of them with prejudice. You'd be able to raise them any other one that you should do. But that's up to you. And then you'd have to come back on the 7th and see exactly where.
This is like we should just keep going, go this way.
But since I'm the plaintiff, don't I have the right to cancel that one, listening to my counsel?
Should have got your dream before you started. But
I know, but he suggested I do. He said,
no, because once she's answered, she has the same right. She can say no.
okay. So if I cancel the one on the 7th, can we just be done with this today? Is that better? I just don't want to keep dragging this on. So if I just kill the one for the 7th, just,
Ma'am, I can't give you.
well, that's what I want to do.
Well, I don't have that case in front of me. It hasn't even been heard. It was filed.
It was just for non-payment of rent, but since you said it overlaps this one, then let's just cancel that one and just do the non-payment of rent on this one.
You're gonna stop talking.
Okay.
And I'm gonna do what I was gonna do it. That is, I'm gonna let the other case catch up. I'm just gonna beat it down because you're elected to file. Whether under what reasoning, I'm not even concerned. But I'm not gonna have two cases standing out in this situation. So I'm adjourning this case for its decision to November 18th. When we get to the other case on the 7th, I will try to have that case catch up with this case. And then we can just decide, unless somebody wants to file something else. Thank you.
Thank you.
What time on 18?
John.
Are we coming on the 7th as well, sir? Okay. Thank you.
You know what? My good friend Mr. Lloyd is doing that. He wouldn't help. Just he sat there and watched me play. I'm like, did you see that? You did. I did too, Joe. Court calls the case of the people versus Gabriel Chawak.
Think factual that has been severe for long. All right.
State your name, sir.
Gabriel Swamp.
All right. Set for a preliminary examination. Are we ready to proceed?
Yes, sir.
All right. They call you, sir.
First, step by step. Easy for me to say.
Witnesses are here for orders questions. What else? You'll ask the, should try now would be less. Not too cold. I'll shoot, John. Yeah. There's somebody. Yeah, there's one. Josh work on this one, but he was all good. So we really personal and everything. Really fire. Main court.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Muhammad, I'm going to turn your attention to August 14th, 2025, approximately 5 to 6 p.m. in the evening. Where were you at that time? Is that located at 5300 Carpenter Road? To your knowledge, that's in Pittsfield Township and within the county of Washtenaw in the state of Michigan. And what were you doing there? And were you there by yourself? Could you spell her name for the record, please? Would you spell Talal's name? Does Almaita sound correct? While you were there vacuuming your car, what if anything happened? I'm sorry to interrupt you, but just to clarify, you drove separate vehicles? So as you were finishing vacuuming? Alright, I'm gonna stop you there. When you say you were exiting, were you walking or driving your vehicle? And you said Jabril Shawaka. Did you personally observe him? And did you know him before you saw him that day? How do you know him? Your brother-in-law's brother. Could you explain to the court what you mean by that? And Haneen Muhammad was with you. Okay. So you observed Mr. Shawaka come into the car wash. Could you describe your relation? Or, excuse me, strike that, Judge. I'm sorry. How many times have you met with or spoken to Jabril Shawaka? And how would you describe the state of your relationship at that time? Could you describe for the court what you mean? And would this be, what are these animosity related to? So with that in mind, when you observed Mr. Shawaka come into the car wash, what happened next?
And, in focus industry.
What was that? Street function. You have the right of expression.
Thing.
After you exchanged gestures, what happened after?
Yeah.
Believe it or not, the judge's comment isn't saying the gesture was acceptable, it simply recognizes that offensive speech alone usually isn't a crime. But here's the twist: if that exchange escalated into violence, those few seconds could become a crucial part of the timeline the court examines. What started as an insult may end up carrying far greater legal consequences. I'm going to stop you. I apologize. When you say he drove forward, you're referring to whom? Whom? Who drove? Okay. And where was he then relative to you and to Mr. Almeida? And then what did he do? Which door? Okay, and then what happened? What did he do next? So when you say reaching, he was reaching towards the driver's side door. All right, and then when did you observe a handgun? All right, when you observed that, where was it? Describe for the court how he was holding it and how it was pointed at him. Was his arm fully extended or was it down at his side? And his forearm was raised? Thank you. And at that time, you testified that the firearm was pointed at you?
Yes.
All right, what did you do next? Why did you raise your hands?
To be honest, I was and I was also making my
Okay. And then after you did that, what happened next?
We're exchanging words. I was basically saying something for concerns, finish, shoot groups, kind of motivate them to know what I do with. But, sleep was leaving. I choose out. One strap, flat, sharp. 300 guys,
At the time that you turned away, was he still holding the firearm? Excuse me. So as you turned and walked away and the other car came in, what happened after?
Putting me like that I would do. Yes, or my intro was bad decisions, they came decided like the shop. So we guys more down from people. They got CD and different.
And then what happened?
See that? I started talking to him. He started talking to me. And we kind of didn't see me. I was just trying to sit back in the car. I was young. I was working out with him.
Were they all speaking English? And what were they saying back and forth?
So the only thing I had to do was we say they know each other. He's very Carolina. That was all statements that
So after they said that, what happened next?
after when married for the young people, he married he said, who said, you just know who stand behind you. After maybe he got the kind of stuff in the neck. He showed one guys with seeing this.
And then what happened? And what happened from there?
And then I got there, I see the meeting from my sister, so there's sound in the truck. But was the most was from the stage control what's happening in the situation, and I would say that's the right thing.
And then what did you do after that?
We got back to the business, and so it's used. I left the money shop for my driver, and did it off, and so off the Saturday 24, and he was actually doing how long to home. I saw him to roll, but he was good.
And then what happened?
He decided and he got out to his vehicle, and he got over to mine, and what happened? Came to the car wash, wow,
Who was a deep Shavaka? This is not. Is this the person that is married to your sister?
No, he showed us all this.
He's a different brother. And how he arrived in a car? And where did he park that car?
What? He arrived at a black truck.
And then what did that truck?
He locked up. Yeah.
And then what happened after that?
He got married. His all license his truck. Yeah, so get back to his truck. Case I realized now the exclusion is 2 guys. I'm going to go ahead. You know.
And what happened?
Oh, that coach, your mind.
So what happened next?
With that truck, as I was getting back to my truck, real showed up. Came, I don't know where outside, and opened, I didn't go, show you. And it's very interesting. And I got you out. I think.
And then what happened after that?
I got to see this guy. I negative conscious. Like, nothing I was talking. And just like, real, deep, short, something, total myself. Putting him, keeping him, watching him, in the flower bank.
So you believe, you testified just now that you think you lost consciousness briefly? when you regained consciousness, where were you physically? You were in the truck. And then, after you observed Mr. Almeida engaged in a fight with some other gentleman, what did you do?
I got out from the truck. And I stayed to try to go home.
Mhm. When you say Jabril tried to charge at you, where was he standing? I understand.
So basically, they're doing the control, and as I got down from my truck, I was approached. They didn't stop. And he kind of going to so forth.
And then what did you do?
Attack the vehicles. Staying got the vehicle.
Can you explain to the court how he drove made you think he was trying to hit you?
He turned the car into towards another shooting. The way to then truck is stable.
And in the course of him doing that, did you think he was going to hit you with the car? After that, what happened next?
The last space was the crazy. So I want to graduate from
And then what did you do?
well,
Police arrived after that, you said?
Yes.
And then after the police arrived, you spoke to the police and explained what had happened. Your Honor, may I have just a moment, please? Your Honor, I have no further questions for Mr. Muhammad.
So, Mr. Muhammad, you stated that when you got to the car wash, you and your sister Haneen were in one vehicle, Talal was in another vehicle. When the police arrived, Haneen was no longer at the scene, and she had left in a green Cherokee, correct? She was still at the scene? So, you are aware that all officers had body-worn cameras on and activated during this whole interaction, correct? So, Haneen was never interviewed at the car wash.
Objection. No. Probably would say this. So,
Do you own a green Cherokee? What vehicle were you in when you and Haneen arrived?
I was in it was sober down here.
And did Haneen call the police? And when you left car wash, did you leave with Haneen?
Yes.
What was Haneen wearing that day? Do you recall speaking to multiple officers while you and Talal were standing next to each other?
Yes.
Where was Haneen standing?
Was
So you've stated your testimony was that you and Jabril had a contentious relationship, correct? Confrontational. You had a handful of interactions that were negative. And in fact, both families have had negative interactions with one another. There's 3 instances where police have been involved, where both families were having negative interactions, correct? At least 3. No, yes, no question. And those interactions have taken place prior to this incident at the car wash. And during those confrontations where several police were involved, it was because of threats being made by you and your family. No, my question was by you and your family. Never? You guys never made threats against them? Okay. And you've made threats against Shabril over the phone and in person. So you don't recall ever saying to Omar, prior to this incident even? Correct. No, to Jabril. You saying to Jabril, inviting him to meet you at a location. And adding on, I'll take you and everybody out. And you're going, I'll kill you. You don't recall ever saying I'll kill you to him? And you realize that you were sworn in at the beginning of this, right? And so all your testimony needs to be truth. If it's found not truthful, that's perjury.
Now the defense is turning up the pressure. They're not just questioning the witness's memory, they're hinting at prior threats that could completely change how this confrontation is viewed. If those alleged statements are backed by evidence, the self-defense argument suddenly becomes much stronger. But remember, in court, allegations alone don't win cases, proof does.
And that you realize
You don't have to give them flesh. Counsel, I don't think.
encouraging and incentivizing him to make sure he's telling the truth.
Well, you could ask him. I suppose he knows what an oath is. But I don't need, because your statement of law. That's what I'm saying. Go on.
And you state, so if we play a recording of you making those statements, it wouldn't be accurate, is what you're contending. So when Haneen spoke to the police, she stated you gave Jabril the middle finger. Was that the truth? First, her statement was that Jabril came in and you gave the middle finger. You're saying that's not true. So her assessment was
What are we talking about?
Haneen.
Honey didn't testify. So he testified that he gave the middle finger first.
I believe he opened the door to the question when he brought it up during your questioning with him.
He said what had happened. This is proper impeachment. He's trying to be somebody else to let him
Okay.
So you had an opportunity to leave the car wash when you saw Jabril coming, but you did not leave.
No.
You did not have an opportunity to leave? You were in the car, in your vehicle. And what kept you there? With the confrontation, the issue between you and Jabril was only between you two. There was no history of Talal and there were no issues between Talal and Jabril. And At the car wash, you gave very detailed statements to the police officers. Do you recall that? And at no time had you ever mentioned an attempt to hit you with a car visor until today.
Good question.
Correct. He said okay before I said correct. It was answered. For the first time also, today, you mentioned 3 guys in a, did you say GMC or AMC? And you did not know who they were. And were they there when the police came? And you are aware that the police got names of witnesses, correct? But there's no mention of 3 guys in a GMC. So you did not point them out to the police? And you pointed to them, said it was them?
So hold it. You just said they were there. You might have been there, and they, no. Question was, were they there at the time the police arrived? She said, yeah. And we do. Never talked to the side. When I was, the police arrived, they put on outside the
And you had not seen them before that day, and, excuse me. That was one of the vehicles that was in the driveway when Adib, Shawaka, Talal, Amita's vehicle, and your vehicle were all in the driveway. That GMC was in the driveway along with your vehicle, as well as Talal Amata's vehicle and Adib Shawaka's vehicle. All 4 were in the driveway. But when you said you weren't able to leave because you were blocked in, wasn't that one of the vehicles that was blocking?
I was blocked.
Were you able to give a description of these 3 gentlemen that we're just now hearing about for the first time? No, I'm saying, were you able to give one to the police, a description of, because there's no description in the police report.
Did you tell the police about these 3 people? Did you tell them when the police arrived that they were there? When you told the police they were there, what did the police say to you about them?
They told me I'm not hired.
That what? Them being who?
Go ahead, Miss.
Um, being that you and Jabrila have had a contentious history, there's been a lot of back and forth, you admitted to. Um, you recall threatening him as well, correct? You never threatened him. And 12 days before you were arrested for CCW, correct?
Objection.
Well, Mr. Shawaka is charged with felonious assault. That's one of the 3 counts. 1 count is felonious assault, 2 assault and batteries. Knowing the history between Omar Muhammad and the family with them, if there is,
I'm going to sustain the objection because I'm not going to have this talking answer to it. You either
if there's a,
don't.
it's relevant.
Saying,
of-
ask the next question.
If there was a weapon shown, would it not have been in fear based on the threats you made to him prior?
No.
And knowing that you carried concealed.
Objection, Your Honor. She doesn't even expect.
Sustain.
While you said you were fighting Jabril, you said Jabril was fighting Talal. How did this happen? You can't fight 2 people in separate places at the same time.
Objection. She's saying.
He said Talal was in a flower bed. He said that the 3 men, Jabril was standing behind the 3 men by the vacuums.
No.
So, what's the question?
That he could not, that Jabril could not be fighting 2 people at the same time. So I'm trying to get the, how did this happen? How could he fight 2 people?
I'll sustain the objection.
How many times did you have physical contact with Jabril at the car wash? Meaning physical contact. Hitting, whether you hitting him 2 times. How many times did you hit him? No.
How many times did you hit him?
At one point, it was said that you were kicking. While you were in the car, you were kicking at Mr. Shawak, Jabril. I'm sorry, I'll use first name since it's Shawak. Was that not a true statement?
Objection. You didn't testify that.
He did say.
I'll allow the. Really? It's twice. Don't cock your head toward the counsel.
I'm listening to you.
Since you may step wrong, without a problem, you got that. These cases of amazing right. We're back on the record in the case of the People versus Shaw.
People?
For Jabril Shaw.
Sir, I just remind you that taking a break. You do inquire, Miss Sage.
You did not request medical attention at the car wash, correct? And you did not tell the police that you had lost consciousness at the car wash while being interviewed at the car wash. No further questions.
Regardless of what you had told the officer, approximately how many times did you get punched or kicked or hit?
time. I don't know
You testified you lost consciousness? And how were you, when you were being interviewed with the police, were you feeling the effects of that? And at the time when the police were interviewing you, can you recall how many police cars were there? You have no idea? More than two? And how many people do you recall being around at the time? Yeah. No further questions.
So, was the defendant there when the police arrived? He had left. They both. So, after public from when?
Well, I noticed that there was Range Rover, they told me also. So there was
Who's on?
they told me also. Which all the times that I know, like, we actually they arrived after the so that we and also you showed the food after which there was power so that two very much all right.
The three.
Real quick, you remember?
Yes.
Will we get a chance to, well, we or no, yeah, cross on what he's just stated?
You had examples for me. I certainly will give you an
I have no,
but I have to clarify the issue.
no,
I have. It was memorable for me. Sir, what I'm trying to figure out is you testified that they did prior to the police arriving, the defendant had left. Correct? Okay. The three people that were in the black vehicle, were they there for the defendant, in your opinion?
My video.
Okay. So, but they, when the police arrived, they were still there.
We get work.
Hold it. You testified that you pointed out those people to the police.
Yeah. They were always one on the
Sir, hold on. They're either there or they're not. So if they're not there, how do you point them out to the police? So now what you're telling me is they were there. And you pointed them out to the police. Coming to the car wash, in your vehicle, there's you and your sister. And then your friend is in another vehicle. Right? Did you all arrive at the car wash at the same time? Pardon? Yes. Okay, so you all drove to the car wash. Did you get your car washed? Your friend did. You just were vacuuming out your beer. What night of the week was this? It was August 14th. Immediately before going to the car wash, where were you? Is that in Pittsfield? And where were you headed? And after you went to the car wash, where were you intending on going? Does your sister reside at the same house you live in? So your sole purpose in going out was to go to the car wash to vacuum out. Well, where was your friend before? Was your friend at your house?
No.
Where's he live? Okay, so can I ask, where was he going to your understanding after the car wash? Was there a particular reason why you were meeting at the car wash?
We went to the Naples because my sister wanted to go to Chicago. But because my mom was in Chicago, she wanted to get her off. But because I can't see the statements that we got to be out of this job. Because I take my sister to Chicago.
And you can't leave because of some bond condition?
Yeah.
So I have a story. Your sister wanted to go to Chicago. You can't take her to Chicago. So your friend was going to take her to Chicago. And so rather than have your friend come to your house with your sister, you decided to meet at the car wash.
We were just walking.
You were just what?
We went out to
You said you were meeting at.
So the whole, it wasn't like, because it was all very like, sort of, because at that point my sister got leadership.
With who? Her.
But we have done so like, you know, stand on. So, he wanted to go to Chicago, talking to my uncle.
Okay, when was the fight?
So,
Do you understand when was the fight? Between your sister and her husband?
my
That was like days beforehand, a few weeks, few months. And so then she was going to Chicago. When you say it wasn't planned, what wasn't planned?
all the details on how to go to Chicago, to go throughout days, meetings like plan holidays. It was either taking free, exact social control, or a post isolation by on or well, monthly ball, so that you might be able to go, you know, get you
When you arrived at the car prior to it, did you know defendant and his family would be careful how you answer that question? You did not know. So at the point at which the first member of his family sees him, my last question. The first member of his family that you saw was. But I'm listening to your story. Was there ever a point that you believed that you could leave the car wash? So at no point could you have driven out of that car wash. Sir, that car wash is off of a service drive off of Carpenter, right? And so from part of the lot, and you're in a 1500, right? Four-wheel drive. At any given point, you could have driven down onto that service drive. Yeah. Isn't that correct? Any questions based upon the court question?
Man, it's just,
Go ahead.
if you had left, would you have left your friend then? All right. Did you see Jabril Shawaka in court today? Could you identify him based on what he's wearing and where he's?
Sitting friends, over there, he's wearing a black jacket, he's hiding a baby.
I asked the court to reflect the in-court identification of Mr. Shaw.
Record shows so reflect my information. Based upon your question, then I'll let you follow up. Where is your sister while all of this is going on?
She was in my but she got out.
When?
I got she got out.
Couldn't you see your friend? When you're in the vehicle, after you guys exchange greetings, can't you see your friend?
Come back to you. Please go on.
Before you got out of the vehicle, could you see where your friend was? Why? You're 2 vacuums down, right?
You're absolutely
Your Honor, my recollection was at the point his friend had finished vacuuming and gone through the car wash, and he was just in that lot, not at one of the vacuum stations.
But I understand, but at some point he comes, Did you exit your vehicle before your friend came out of the car wash?
I was, you know, garage. Middle up with the back gate up.
Right.
That's fine. So easy. Still fine.
May I ask a question here?
Yes.
When you got back in your car and you said you were leaving, then going to go through the car wash as well?
Leave it, not judging on
The stain.
So,
Go ahead.
When you got back in your car and were going to leave, where were you going?
what?
That's why we don't leave. Yeah, I know. Because before you said you didn't.
Any further questions, Judge? Oh, hold on. You don't have a question.
When you get back into your vehicle and your sister's in the vehicle, you're going to leave. Correct? Well, no. Were you going to leave or not? Your friend has already come through the car wash, right? And at that point, you say you can't see you. Then how did you know he was still there?
Yes, you can. See his car. And look back out of my window. And what? But he's also the car. Because when I was looking up at him,
So at the point in time that you and the defendant are exchanging greeting, you're about to leave.
Hello.
Okay. And so where was your friend that moment? No. Because you gave him the finger, whether first, last, or in the middle, while you were still in the vehicle, right? And that was after you had vacuumed your car. And so you were leaving after you vacuumed. So you were still in the vehicle. Where was your friend? And you're saying you could see his vehicle but couldn't see him. And so after you two exchange pleasantries and you're about to leave, why didn't you just leave? He didn't point the gun at you till you got out of the vehicle. At the point before you got out of the vehicle, why didn't you just leave? So there was nowhere for you to pull in the entrances or exits and get on a cell phone? In fact, you could have pulled down on one of the driveways and waited. No, I mean, so you could have, right? And then waited for your friend to come behind you, right?
Because you will back out
Before I got into my business, you had a room. I don't know what happened. The seat was locked. So for my family, well, I want to shock my Any questions, please?
None for me.
Justify when I question you that Talal and Jabril did not have an issue with each other. The issue was strictly between you and him and your family and the Shawakas. You mentioned to the judge that you said they told you the Range Rover, another vehicle, and you named some people were there. Who is they?
Well, me, them, well, hold on a second. Did you see these, or do you know who they are, or the only reason you know who they are is because of what somebody else told? Not gonna allow it.
Thank you. On the day of this incident at the car wash, your sister was still living with Steve Shawaka, the Roundtree address, not at your house. She had moved out. When Talal came out of, this is my last question on this Talal and where he was. When he came out of the car wash, he went to the vacuums and you were exiting. So Jabril had passed you coming in and you were going out because you were driving, correct? And you chose not to keep going onto the service drive, but to turn around and go back into the car lot, into the car wash, correct? Nothing further.
You may step in. They call you next witness. This witness be excused. He's remained in the courtroom next witness. There's any objection.
Be excused.
All right. Say courtroom.
Yeah. With the, in anticipation that this may go to trial, I would like him to be excused.
I'm not going to shoot him for that. Afternoon. Need the interpreter sworn. So are you saying?
Right hand, do you solemnly swear and affirm that you will interpret accurately, impartially, using your best skill and judgment, translate from English into Arabic, from Arabic into English in the matter now before the court shall?
I do. You come up here. Bosses. Main court.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Amaita, turning your attention to August 14th, 2025 at approximately 5:30 to 6 o'clock in the afternoon, where were you?
But, you know,
And who were you there with? Did you drive together? Did you come from the same place, or did you meet? When you say Omar, could you say his first name or his full name for the court? What is his full name? Thank you. And why were you at the car wash? And while you were washing your car, what if anything happened? Mr. Almeida, I will ask if you can keep your voice up so that the interpreter can hear you. So you just said that a person came up. How did they arrive? And what kind of car? And when the Jeep came into the car wash, what happened? Person who you saw in the car who was swearing at Omar, did you know him? And do you see that person in court today?
Yes.
Can you describe where he's seated and what he's wearing for the court? Can you describe his clothing, please? All right, that's a record to reflect the in-court identification.
Record shows so we find that objection.
Mr. Almeida, this car wash that you were at, where was that located?
So,
Carpenter Road, 5300 Carpenter Road. What happened after Mr. Muhammad and defendant exchanged gestures? When you say he, to whom are you referring? Jabril, meaning Mr. Shawaka, the defendant seated there that you identified?
yes.
And where was Mr. Muhammad when this happened?
Was behind this truck.
Mr. Muhammad was behind his truck?
Yes.
And where was Mr. Shawaka?
Behind this truck.
And what did you see Mr. Shiwaka do? How was he holding the fire? Okay. How? Okay. Did you observe what? How was Mr. Shiwaka holding the firearm? Can you describe that for us? Was he seated in the car or standing? So he was standing. Describe for the court how he was standing or where he was in relation to the car. Okay.
So was his hand going through the window of the car?
Was he standing behind the door or somewhat near the door? In what hand was was the firearm? And could you describe how he was holding it? Was his elbow away from his body? Was it near his body? And was the firearm then extended, his lower arm extended away from his body holding the gun?
Objection.
I'll withdraw that. Could you see what direction the firearm pointed? And when the firearm was pointed at Omar, did you see what he did? And what did they say, if anything?
Your Honor, here's the
It's not being offered for the truth of the matter, so.
I'll look for all the pictures.
And then what happened? And what happened after that? And then what happened? So who punched him? Jabril. Were there other people there at that time? You said Jabril punched Omar. Was anyone else there? And when did they arrive? The three people. After Mr. Shawaka punched Omar, what happened after that? And then what happened? And then did they separate? Once they separated, what did they do? And then what happened after that? And then what happened when you went to the front side? Did you leave? And why did you ask him that question? And then that time, once you answered that question, what happened next? When you say closed our way, can you describe what you mean? The other car blocked the driveway, is that what you mean? So that happened. What happened after that? Who dragged Omar? When Jabril grabbed Omar, what did you do? And then what happened? Did that person grab you from the front or the back? Could you see them? And did they, when they grabbed you by the neck, what did they do? And after he kicked you, what happened after that? And then what happened after that? When you say one of them tried to hit Omar, did you see this happen?
Yes.
When you say he, to whom are you referring? Could you see the defendant get into his car? And then after he, describe how he drove for the court, please. What did Omar do when the truck came near him? To that, what happened? And you spoke to the police? Anything further, Judge?
Cross-examination.
Clarify, the person hitting that grabbed you from behind was not Jabril Shawaka. How many cars about were at the car wash when this fight was happening? Everyone. Sorry. Can you visually estimate? How long have you been friends with Omar? Months, years? How many years? About. More than 1 year. More than 5 years. Were you aware of problems between the Muhammad family and the Shawaka family? About how long after you started calling the police did the 3 men in the GMC appear? The 3 men you said that appeared. How did they arrive? About how long from the time he made the call that he saw Jabril pick up the phone to when the men appeared? About how long? How long before the police arrived did the men arrive? How long were you at the car wash total? Do you remember making a statement to the police? I'm sorry, I didn't hear the last part, which is. Without the details. As far as identifying the people involved, other than Shabril, were you able to identify anybody else involved? When you claim that Shabril tried to hit Omar with a vehicle, is that when your truck, Omar's truck, and Adib's truck still in the driveway? And yet, Jabril was still able to leave. No further questions.
When you were choked from behind, did you lose consciousness? Do you know how long you lost consciousness for? Nothing further.
Was Omar's sister there? Where was she while all this fighting was going on? Do you ever remember seeing her get out of? Were you going to Chicago that day? Any questions based upon the court question?
Thank you.
So where you going to Chicago with? No further questions.
You may sit down. Thank you. Oh, your next witness.
Thank you, Your call, Officer Logan. Sure, you will be excused.
Yeah. Any objection? Sir, please come forward and be sworn. Name for it.
Thank you, Your Honor. Officer Lambertson, are you currently employed? Where are you employed? How long have you been so employed? And presumably then you were so employed on August 14th, 2025? Were you on duty on that date at approximately 5:36 o'clock? And what, if anything, happened on that date and time? When you say the entire shift, what do you mean? And how many cars, roughly, police cars were there? And during that time, when those 5 and 7 police cars were there civilian vehicles there? Were there other people, civilian people there? Approximately how many people were there besides law enforcement? How would you describe the scene when you were there? During the course of your investigation, what were you able to do?
Yeah.
Or whom did you speak to? And who was the suspect that you spoke with? And do you know his name? And can you identify him for the record, please? Judge, I'd ask the record reflect the in-court identification. When you spoke to the defendant, what did he tell you?
He was at the car wash and they questioned him. Was waiting to go after the car wash that you measured all the facts. The way you pull off, snack it. He done some shit. He's been over all things. We got some new golf.
And so he admitted to you that he possessed a firearm? Did you see that firearm? If I could have just a moment.
So was he, nobody, the defendant was still at the scene when you were there? He was not.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Close again.
Mr. Anderson. Chaotic is an understatement, all right? To be clear, you said there were about 8 to 10 civilians involved, or about 8 to 10 people around the vacuums?
People around the witnesses and the function of the people, and then stuff like the
I don't know about anyone else, but this front of the car wash, back of the car wash is kind of confusing. So are we saying front of the car wash is where the driveway leading to the service drive is? Or is that how you would describe it? Does Beth Tech? Yeah, I don't. Sounds good. Yeah. Please don't put me up against competition. So, Best Tech side, is that what you're referring to as front? Okay. Okay, so where the entrance to the car wash is, that would be backside, or we're calling it the backside.
So there's no size, right? You come out and this is outside. The front wash. You can go around the back.
Yes. Okay. Okay, all right, so front side. When you and the other officers entered the front side, was it blocked by any vehicles of the alleged victims? Or were you able to just get in? Correct. You mentioned a firearm. Did you run a check to see if that firearm was properly registered? And to your knowledge, the firearm is properly registered?
Yes, you said. Correct.
Did you check lien to find out if the Mr. Shabril was a CPL holder? He was Mr. Shabril. I'm sorry, I'll go back to first names. Jabril was not arrested for CCW. And that would be because he had a valid CPL license.
Yes, relevance. Sustained.
I believe it's relevant, Your Honor, because when the prosecutor mentioned...
And I am already sustained the objection. I don't think it's relevant.
Okay. When you spoke to witnesses, do you recall about how many witnesses you spoke to? Would that include the alleged victims? Did any of the victims report that they saw a gun being brandished?
Sure, Your Honor. I guess that's why he didn't talk. So I don't know how it's going to answer.
I'm sorry. Witnesses? When he spoke to the witnesses?
Rephrase your question.
I'll move. Were you able to recover video from the car wash? Was it because it wasn't available, or none was recorded? Other than Omar Muhammad and Talal Almeida, were there any other persons claiming injury related to the fight? Were one of the witnesses you spoke to Haneen Mohammed? Had you been familiar, were you familiar with either Jabril Shawaka or the alleged victims prior to this incident? When you were en route to the call, was there any information other than progress? Was there anything said about a person known to carry a weapon?
Yes, relatives.
In preparation for testifying today, did you have an opportunity to view your notes and videos or recordings, I mean? But not the videos or the 911 recordings? When you, I don't know, when did you leave the scene? Were there still, when you left the scene, were the alleged victims still at the scene being dealt with by other officers? When you left the scene, was Huron Valley Ambulance there? They were? Or was that, or is it possible it would have been Ann Arbor Fire Department? Thank you. Did you notice any blood on Omar Muhammad? When you were speaking to Mr. Shabril, did you find him cooperative or uncooperative? Did you speak to him on the phone or in person? And when you spoke with him in person, were there any other, other than officers, any other people around that could testify to what happened at the car wash? Thank you. Oh, I'm sorry, can I have one more question? Had you been advised during your time at the scene that death threats have been made against Mr. Shabril? Right. Thank you.
Anyone tell you 3 individuals showing up by vehicle?
There was a black people. Yeah, I see that.
Everyone who, if the individual told you that certain other individuals were involved, those individuals talked to you, either by yourself or another officer. Yes. They talked to you. What do you know of these young black friends?
One of them old.
So to your understanding, they were not involved. Okay. Any questions based on the court first?
No.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, officer. Any other witnesses for the people?
No, Your Honor.
Any witnesses for the defense?
Your Honor, the witness list states that, the OIC, Cameron, I don't want to put his name. Are you willing? Would testify, I would like to call it him.
He's here. Sir, please step forward and be sworn.
You shall not swear to
Yeah, yeah.
Go ahead.
Trier Weller. Okay. How, you're with, Pittsfield Police Department? And how long have you been with them? Since November 2024? And do you have a title? As the officer in charge, do you review the reports written by the other officers? Are you like the manager of the case when you're designated OIC? In your review of this case, were any other cases referenced involving the parties? Were any of the brothers, the defendant, or the alleged victims involved in any other case that was referenced in the police report? Do you recall who you spoke with at the scene? And did you speak, or I'm sorry, your report stated a caller said that their brother was assaulted. Do you know who the caller was? Did you see any females at the scene? And where did you see? Do you know if any of the other officers spoke to that female? Would you know which officer? Because it was a very chaotic scene. Had you had prior contact with anyone involved on that? Or that scene, I'm sorry. You and Officer Christie were the first to arrive? When you were going en route to that scene, were you flagged down or attempted to be flagged down by anybody? No one in Michigan Ave was trying to get your attention in a green Cherokee? Do you recall hearing over the air from dispatch advising a firearm may be in possession of Omar Muhammad? Do you recall dispatch advising of any firearms potentially on scene? Do you recall observing Officer Christie questioning Omar about a firearm? And I'm sorry, you said you only spoke with Talal and Omar, but you did not with Jabril. And you had never responded to any calls between the families before? Did you speak to, there were cars parked on the Best Street? Did you speak to any of those people? Do you, recall any, about how many, non-involved vehicles were able to go in and out? Like exit and enter? And then did the manager ask you to move your car or someone to move it? You don't recall a white pickup truck being able to go past and enter and exit? You confirmed that Gabriel had a valid CPL. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Gabriel was the only person arrested, correct? Why is that? So the person identified by Talil was not interviewed that day? Did you go to Shabril's residence? I'm sorry. And no other person of interest or suspect was there? Okay. Do you recall seeing either Omar or Talil in an unconscious state while you were there? Or when you first approached? They were both standing. And Talil did not volunteer information about being unconscious. He responded to your question of it, correct? You asked him if he ever lost consciousness, and he then said yes. And to your knowledge, in your conversation with Omar, Omar never mentioned losing consciousness. In your interview of him, you did not, whether an excited utterance or otherwise, hear Omar tell you that Jabril was protected by 3 men so that he could punch him. But, so did he provide any description of these? Did he or Talil point out anyone else involved in this fight? And to your knowledge, as the OIC, had their names been given, they would have been included in the report as witnesses. Yes. And that's policy of Pittsfield Public Safety. Is there a continuing investigation on this matter? So it's considered closed for Pittsfield. Thank you.
Any questions? Okay. Thank you, sir. You may step. Any additional witnesses heard? Any rebuttal witnesses heard of people?
No, thank you.
Do I have a motion?
Find over on count of 1,
We're also asked to find over on added count for selling a dangerous weapon. The motor control driven by Mr. Sure.
Mr.
I ask that this matter not be bound over on, any of the counts, particularly count, or in addition to that, now at a count 4. There had been no report prior to today. It's not a police report. Stated. I don't believe that there was any evidence stating that this event actually did happen. The testimony of the Bomar is not credible to uphold such. So I ask dismiss.
Sorry.
Anything else?
Thank you, Your Honor. Chaotic scene with a lot going on. Both witnesses called, both Mr. Maida and Mr. Muhammad injured, who have been rendered unconscious. To expect all of their recollections be exactly perfect was not particularly fair. Keeping the officers proceedings very chaotic. What was clear in the testimony was, with the kind of testimony clear and that Mr. Shalaka pointed a gun and it clear that there is quite a bit of animosity between these people. There was a quite the glance in the house. Whether or not Mr. Muhammad could have left the de-escalated situation, he left his friend there. Regardless, he approached without a weapon. There's no indication that he ever had a weapon. May have wanted to talk to him, he would yell at him. It's clear what exactly happened. It is clear from the testimony is that Mr. Shalaka was violent. Pointed at Mr. Muhammad. And that's clear from the testimony. And the testimony is regarding where he was standing, how he held, what he was like. And then the testimony is also clear that when he succeeded, which he successfully was able to do, he attempted to hit Mr. Muhammad with his vehicle. So I would ask the court to find over on both charges. Clearly, there's some material fact here, and there is not posture. Those particular facts weren't consistent throughout the testimony, and they are uncontroversial. If there's an issue of self-defense, I think that should be left to the province of the jury. So would ask to find over on counts 1 and 4, constituency and all.
First thing, recess. I'll come back shortly. Working at the report becoming once more established about that. Simpson.
Maybe she. Back on the record in the case of the people of the state of Michigan versus Shalak. In this case, the testimony was somewhat confusing for Mr. Was buttressed by the fact, actually, of the opposite statement of the defendant's testimony. He may have had a reason for the pulling of the gun, but the issue of self-defense, that may have been the issue, or his reasonable fear or apprehension of what Mr. Muhammad did, is not something that would be decided the preliminary examination. So, the court would find that the people have sustained as to count 1, the felonious assault. while I state on counts 2 and 3 will follow along. While I state that, the real problem here in part of the court's controversy or just thought process in the case is that I don't think all of these people showed up for no reason. There was something else that occurred either prior to or during it caused all of these individuals to end up in the same spot. I would also note that with reference to the request in count 4, part of the difficulty is that while there was testimony from Mr. Mohammed and the defendant was headed in him, I'm not convinced that that was necessarily the case. Being described as a got scene may have been the defendant at that point was as likely just trying to leave and trying to get out of there in some type of. So the court declined to bind over on count 4. Or bind can overstand trial on count 1 with 2 and 5. As to the arraignment.
See the general information of SWAT stance we don't charge. We wait for more reading.
Defendant having wait, you said he standing mute. Defendant having wait for a reading standing mute. Court will end that your plea as to all count. Pre-trial on this matter will be set for
January 7th or 30th or just
January 7th, 2026, 1:30 for Judge Cox. Bond will continue. The one that said that court could never learn anything, and they will learn the name of the road that they call a service drive, because for a long time resident of Pittsfield, that road didn't exist. Somebody just made it. No. All I know is Amazon's going down there. It's like it's a place between Amazon and Sam's. Everything else is around.